hang on tight.
All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of They Might Be Two-Headed Giants. I'm Dennis.
And I'm Dave.
We are back. We are, I guess, elbow deep in Ikoria, drafting, and premise of the podcast, I guess the video cast. I do a podcast too that's not related to this. Premise is we each draft on our own. We keep track of our win percentages. And then we draft together and we see if two heads are better than one. Do we win more together than we would apart? And so as part of that, and this is cumulative, so we're not doing it per week, which would be another thing that's interesting because I guess theoretically our knowledge sharing would help. But I'm at 57%. I was at 60% before I did a 0-3 and a 2-3 today. So I've been doing all right.
I am at 50%. I've had some various crashing and burning. This is probably the worst I've performed in a set since I got into Arena.
Right.
And definitely since I've been tracking through the plugin that we both use. So,
what do you think about the format so far before we jump in the draft?
I mean, I like it on paper for a number of reasons, but then I'm getting into it and just crashing, and so I don't know if it's something that the experiment so far is showing that you and I are much better than doing it together.
I mean, the experiment so far is we've 7-win both our things, so
right
together are clearly the winning sauce. I mean, so on balance, I really like this format, even though I will say it feels like I'm playing standard sometimes because there's some matchups where, unlike normal limited formats, I think the magic of limited is like there is no real matchup, right? Like you're playing heads up, the best 2 out of 3, and it's like I don't know what's in their deck. But sometimes you see that cycling deck and you're like, that's it. I'm just done. And I have in 2 out of 3, I've managed to steal a game from it. I've never managed to beat it. And what I'm talking about is it's red-white cycling, possibly playing blue, possibly playing off-color cyclers, where you're just playing 5 or 6 of the moderate payoffs or more, every 1-mana cycler you can find, and as many Zenith Flares as you can get. And I think the thing about Zenith Flare that's so disheartening is for someone who fancies themselves decent at this game is you can think you're playing a game of Magic, and in fact, they were just waiting for a win con.
Right.
They had 2 Zenith Flares in their hand, and when you had them at 3, at any point they could have gained 11 life.
Yeah, exactly.
Double doink you.
Just hit you for 11, like your virtual life total.
Or sometimes I've been at 19 and they'll go end step 10-point Zenith Flare, end step upkeep 10-point Zenith Flare on their deck.
Yeah, and that deck also, like the payoffs that stack, multiple cyclers in a turn can even get in with like the 2-3 marmosets.
Oh yes.
Or the one that when you cycle tap something and you'll be like, okay, I've got a stable board state, and then they'll just fire 3 of those off to have your entire team swing for lethal out of nowhere.
I've played up to 5. I've played someone who played at least 5 of the tappers. They did draw 20 cards of their deck, and I had killed 4, and they played a 5th.
Yep.
I really think this. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I think that Zenith Flare at rare or no Zenith Flare would make this maybe a top. And I maybe said this before, a top format, but I revised my opinion because I think that deck, if that deck is open, it's just way too good. It's way consistent. The fact, if the one, this is something I'm regurgitating, I've heard other people say, but if the 1-mana cyclers were colored mana even, but they can just, when cyclers are a payoff, you can just jump in and take 1-mana cyclers that are off color.
And it's also, they're running like 13 or 14 lands, which is unheard of in limited,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's also huge. And then the other thing, companions. I mean, you and I had a 7-win run with Garuda. I just did a 7-win run with Garuda. The only games I lost was when I missed with Garuda once and I faltered on lands. I had plenty of cyclers. I ran plenty of lands, and I mean, like, when you hit Gyruda and another 6-drop, it's like not even fair. Like
Yeah.
you're up 2 cards and 12 mana on somebody, and
I will say the other way that I lose a lot in this format that makes me cringe a lot is the ultimatums, because they're just
yes,
like such win the game cards, and like I don't understand how the mana costs aren't more prohibitive than they are in limited, but I've seen people play them like without fixing on curve, and it's happened multiple times. Like it seems
yeah.
like it
I
could be
mean,
a fluke, but
this what's green? I want to say Sidisi, but that's the character from that. Green, black, blue.
Sultai.
The Sultai ultimatum is not good enough to really stretch your mana for, but I think the rest of them probably are.
Yeah.
And I've played most of them, and they're fine. I mean, I think that unless you really have the fixing, like, I think you're probably just getting hit with a variance there, because if you don't have fixing and you're playing, it's dead in your hand. And if you do have fixing, like, I've lost games with the ultimatums where I drew them my first 6 cards or 6,
Right.
8 cards, and you're like, well, this is just not something I'm casting on curve, so it's really dead. But it's cool that you can cast them.
Yeah, I mean,
If someone, it feels unlucky, but I'm comfortable. If people can figure out how to, do 7 colored mana and cast them, I'm okay having someone hit me with an uppercut. It does feel frustrating when you're playing best of one and someone just curves out into it.
well, and also it's another, for me, it's like, like the cycling deck where you feel like you're playing a game of Magic, and then,
Yeah,
it gets resolved, and it's not even like a bomb that you have a turn or two to deal with. It tends to be like, usually it's the Abzan return a bunch of stuff from your graveyard, or the Jeskai one, where it's just like, there's a lot of back and forth. You're seeing who draws better, who manages the resources better, and then just one resolves, and you're like, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah. I've been on both sides of them.
The Mardu one as well.
They're 1 card in the 40 deck, but the companions just really the consistency of the cycler deck and the companions are really strong variables that are not in normal formats. Being a non-variable, right? Like just having that access to that sort of power. So I guess let's see what happens. We'll continue to try. I mean,
Yeah.
50%. So at 4 wins, we're good for you, and at 5 wins, we're good for me.
And I've been playing enough where, I have the playset of all the rares, so every rare I draft is some gems back. So
okay,
at least I'm at the point where
keep
4
that.
wins.
Keep that. We'll keep that in mind if we've totally trashed picks.
Right. I'm just saying, like, from a money standpoint, if I hit 4 and 3, I'm basically coming out ahead.
Yeah.
But I'm not even doing that as consistently as I have been in any other format.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, we'll see how this one goes. I've also been the draft client, when you just supposed to hold a card, like, it doesn't work most of the time.
Yeah.
And when that happens, and it's like, I mean, like, when 10 seconds are left, I'm like really relying on the interface to like work. And but when that happens and it's like a real legitimate mistake, I'm emailing Wizards right away. Like, I'm not paying real money for these drafts to have them like fritz out on me.
Right.
And
usually, like, it's the thing I was probably going to select anyway, but I'm just.
Well, if I don't begrudge if I'm going to do it. All right, let's take a look here. So Unpredictable Cyclone is a big trashy cycler card that I think is too unpredictably worthwhile.
Yeah, it wheels all the time, and
yeah. Escape Protocol, another one. The 11/11 is pretty good from the uncommon. So is Primal Empathy, but it's gold. And I think I'm just saying all that, but we're probably just going Fire Prophecy.
That's where I'd lean. As I said to you in a private chat, where like this up against other removal spells in the format, the big thing with this is that it keeps you open to the cycling deck.
Yes.
And while being on par.
It's very good. I mean, we can sort of sit around. Like, we're going to be giving Checkpoint Officer's very good. The Godzilla is pretty good.
Pretty good.
Green's going to be pretty open on the way. which is fine.
Yep.
Titan's Nest is a big, complicated pile of garbage.
Yep. Not a fan of that one.
Clash of the Titans.
Bit too expensive.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going for cycling, it's a no. If we're going to go play red, it's possible. I've been blown out by it. But I don't. It seems finicky to me, even though I think I've heard other people say it's good. The 11-11 cycler is good. Frostlinks is fine. I mean, Clash of Titans is on color though.
Yeah, I'd still, just because of power level disparity, I'd still go for Godzilla here.
Yeah,
that's where I'd lean.
I think that's fine. I mean, Clash of Titans being double red's also tough in this format.
Yeah.
Honestly. So we can go Godzilla, which is not actually Godzilla, but I don't know their other names.
Right.
So the cycling deck is not showing up for us, that's for sure. Proud Wildbonder, I like here because of the mana cost.
Mm-hmm.
But as power goes, Chittering Harvester can really take. If someone doesn't stop a Chittering Harvester and you hit it twice, it just gets gross.
Yep.
The mentors have kind of underwhelmed me. What's your thoughts?
They're decent on a board stall, but like this one's very good if you get exactly that vigilance deck, but
yeah,
a lot of the other ones are just incidentally good creatures by themselves. So
yes.
Yeah, it's definitely between the first two. I'd lean towards the Harvester myself.
I think the Harvester is more powerful.
Yeah.
So we'll follow good advice and stay open. We won't commit. Wildbonder felt more like a committal.
Yeah.
So Ruinous Rock Slide's on color. It is removal. Space Godzilla, Void Invader. I mean, I found that cycling to effectively be a combat trick. It's not bad. And if you hit it, it's fine.
Yeah, what you really want with these two, the giant cyclers, is the reanimate cards, but
yes,
those are uncommons and people take them for any deck.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
So if we weren't this far in, I think this is probably the Baby
I'm not really looking to go fourth color.
Yeah, but I think Rock Slide is probably where I'd go with what our start is in.
Let's do it. I mean, I'm feeling pretty underwhelmed by this draft so far.
Yep.
There's literally nothing I care about in this pack.
Yeah. I mean, the strongest cards are all blue, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe even followed by white, so both colors we don't have anything in.
Maybe just take the Frostlinks.
Yeah.
I mean, Thieving Otter I would love, actually like more in the blue deck. But either Thieving Otter or Frostlinks, I guess. Neither one. This pack is very bad for us in general.
Yeah, let's go Frostlinks. I tend to like that better at first.
Okay, so since we're still really not committed, like we haven't found anything that's really wowing us, and it doesn't feel like, I mean, blue seems pretty open, I guess, but I'd probably just go Farfinder.
Yep.
Like a many-colored pile right here.
Keeps us continually open.
Sun Spinnerets is the one combat trick I'm not embarrassed to run because it is a surprise.
Huh, yeah, I don't think I've run that yet. It's interesting.
But I mean, Blitz Leech can do a lot for 6 mana, but it's highly situational.
Yeah.
Lurking Deadeye is a durable coil bug. I found both to be solid yeoman's work, though.
I found that getting cheaper stuff is more difficult in this format, so I tend to lean towards trying to grab.
Get the coil bug because we don't have a good 2-turn early play yet.
Yep.
That's fine. And the fact it comes back is not irrelevant late game at all.
Yeah. There's a lot of good combos. Like
we're the people slowing down the draft right now.
It's all right. We're doing a video cast.
So this instance, we're not truly in blue. So Mutual Destruction does pair with our coil bug. We could start looking for sacrifice stuff. We could take a second coil bug. We could take shredded sails. We're really not that deep into green either.
No.
Um,
Yeah, I'd take one of the black cards, probably leaning towards the destruction. What
take
do
the
you think?
mutual destruction because we might be able to see some other stuff that way.
So this is the pack we opened.
So green is very open based on both of those things being here.
Yeah.
I guess I like ram through.
Yep. Me too.
Okay, we take ram through. So we're probably playing Teamer.
Oh,
No, we're probably
Jund.
Jund in a set that doesn't really support Jund. Okay.
Yep.
Probably Brushwag here.
I'm in for Brushwag.
Excavation Mole hasn't really ever moved the needle for me. Brushwag, the threat of activation is real. Corpse Churn, yeah, sure.
Coil Bug would be my pick here.
Maybe take the bug. Yeah, take the bug. That's
Yeah.
probably loaded up on bugs now. Space Godzilla, perfect. So if we see the Reanimator stuff, we'll go for it. We got 2 or 3 big payoffs now.
Yep.
I guess we'll take the gross, whatever it is, the gross beast that
Ikoria.
anything goes right. We'll take
And
the
this
card that's playable, even though we don't want it.
this Antelope Lizard.
Yep.
All right. So
Okay, time to look at our deck real fast. How many things do we have that can play the Orphan card here?
Never had that like half the creatures that I want to play every time. Like Brushwag's not on the list, Insect's not on the list.
It still might be the pick here because it does have a good Anthem effect. What else do
Yeah.
we have? Dire Tactics is great, but not in our colors. Rock Slide is solid. Greater Sandworm, if we're going Reanimator, is pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
We probably will incidentally have a number of things that he's a relevant ward for, though.
Yeah, I think it's a fine creature in the deck. It just
So we just take that.
Yep, that works for me.
Yeah, we could keep an eye out for that. Maybe it's possible we could go that direction, but I don't think I'm likely to play him as a companion here.
I think you need to be white and green among your colors.
Yeah. Chittering Harvester. The Hornbash Mentor is probably the best mentor. The Bushmeat Poacher matches our sacrifice. The Night Squad Commander gives us sacrifice fodder. Essence Symbiote's a good 2-drop.
Yep.
Probably the Hornbash or the Harvester, though, because of the uncommon.
Yeah, I agree with that. Although, the Essence Symbiote is, I think, the only thing that's in contention there if we do go heavier on Evolve, although...
Yeah.
Or Mutate, I mean. Yeah, what do you think between Harvester or Mentor? I'm thinking Harvester.
Harvester is fine.
So this is the rare Flash Lord.
We're not playing blue. So
Right. Grim Dancer.
and Avian Oddity are both good. Is the Space Godzilla there again?
Regular Godzilla.
Avian Oddity, we're still not playing blue. So I'm guessing.
About Grim Dancer.
Yeah, the Grim Dancer does a lot of stuff. And we're not like three drops. We could definitely use a little more. We got a lot of our. I mean, granted, this we can cycle it. So yeah, we can take the Grim Dancer.
Oh.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely take it.
Yep.
How many non-creatures do we have total?
So we've got like the 2 red
3?
spells that we may or may not play or removal and the mutual destruction.
So we could go for Amori.
It's, yeah.
But we're definitely, I think he's
through.
absolutely playable. So we're definitely going to take it. And I think Amori is definitely more of a likely actual companion than Hira. So I think we could definitely do it. The question is what we're giving up. We'll have to see these packs play out. So Ram through would probably be my pick here. Although Wingspan Mentors, the not good stats, the most relevant ability of the mentors.
Right.
Lava Serpent would be perfectly fine too. Do you want to go for it? Do you want to go Lava Serpent?
I think I'd rather take Ram through at the moment.
Okay.
Like, I think it's still possible. This might be a wasted pick, but Lava Serpent,
Lava Serpent doesn't represent as much of a necessity, I guess.
yeah, it's like our splash color and everything.
The Triome is possible. It's 2 of our colors and a cycler.
There's also a Skull Prophet.
Skull Prophet's very good here. Cavern Whisper could be good for us. I kind of like
the Mamba is also not bad.
We don't have that much mutate yet.
Yeah, that's true.
I kind of like the Skull Prophet here.
That's where I'd lean to.
Yeah, I like Skull Prophet. Getting ramp is good, especially if we end up going to Mori. All right, so Greater Sandworm and Easy Prey are the obvious, or the Bloodfell Caves. All are real good for us.
What do you think about this card? The fight.
Charge of the Forever Beast. We do have some big guys in our hands. The card is Stone Cold Dead in a board stall, though.
Yep.
I kind of like the Sandworm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do Sandworm. Uh-oh, not auto select.
We got it.
Oh, another easy play. I like Fertilid here. Fertilid would leave us more open to splashing. We have no fixing so far, and it makes me a little nervous.
We got Farfinder, but yeah.
Yeah, we could just be cutting red in a second anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if we go the Omori Companion route, that's definitely where we go.
Yeah.
Deadeye's pretty easy, right?
Yeah, Deadeye's here. I think at this point we maybe do think we're going to Omori Companion. The Bush Poacher, very, very good for us, potentially. Because we're trying to find spell-like effects on our creatures.
Cut red here, at least for the time being.
We could take Blossoming Sands if we ever need to splash.
Yeah, none of these other cards.
Anyway.
Wow, me. So the Pangolin or an Impulse that's a spell?
Maybe just the Pangolin. Adventurous Impulse is fine, but doesn't really do it much.
And it's real late for a Marmoset.
Yeah. Even though I just said otherwise, maybe leave the Stampedes. I mean, we're not playing the Marmoset anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes me feel good. We got some more fixing if we need it. Honey Mammoth.
Totally playable.
Totally playable. Okay, so the red Mythos, that's the green-blue splash?
Oh, it's the Jeskai one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still totally playable on its own. But
let's see what the creatures are. Oh, Boneyard Lurker is so good in this.
Yep.
I think we're committed. I mean, if you want to spend a few seconds and pull out our spells, but otherwise, the Boneyard Lurker is definitely where I'm at.
So the Ram Throughs is certainly the biggest loss here, but
yeah,
I think that's all of them. Okay.
So we got a basically an on color amazing rare that is a creature. So this is making us feel good.
Would not mind picking up a naturalist or two.
Oh yeah, a naturalist in a pack that doesn't have Kogla.
Right.
Jungle Hollow, I wouldn't be embarrassed about, honestly.
Yeah, we got
2 coil bugs already.
And a Skull Prophet as our 2 slot.
Want a 3rd coil bug?
I don't mind it, but
or do you want? I mean, we could. Yeah.
I like the fixing better.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, having the on color fixing, we also have a couple of things ready for us to splash. I feel good about all that.
Got some options here too.
So Humble Naturalist. probably over Skull Prophet. Because we're not going to cast any non-creature spells anyway. Hornbash Mentor. Probably the Naturalist, right? That'll also keep us open in case there's some off-color thing that's really strong that might show up.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that the Prophet does is it like pays for activated abilities, but I'm fine with diversifying here. There's also a chance it'll wheel.
Yeah, it's more likely to wheel, and we don't care about milling ourselves.
Not going to play any of these cards.
I will go on a rant and say I see so many serrated scorpions when I play, and people shouldn't be embarrassed because outside the monster sacrifice deck, that card is atrocious.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I think it is good in the dedicated sacrifice deck, which also uses this active treason effect and everything.
Yes, but I don't see that often. I see people curving out with them and never doing
Yeah,
else.
just jamming it in there.
I mean, the mole, I guess we don't want to play it, but it would be the only thing that's like likely playable.
I think it's fine. Like, if we get any
It's a body.
Yeah. I think it's better stats than the Goriak if we get any of the Trample Lord stuff the next, 3 picks or whatever.
Yeah. I think so.
And another mole or extremely speculative blue fixing?
We could, I mean, if we care about splashing a Frost Lynx, I mean, Frost Lynx, of course, is the sort of thing we want in a deck like this.
Yeah, but as a splash.
But as a splash, it's not a splash-worthy card.
Yeah.
The mole's unlikely to make the cut either. I would take the falls probably because I don't think we're gonna go 2 moles, but
Sure.
It works. Probably the sonorous howler here. Maybe the brushwag. Menace.
I think I prefer the brushwag just to get a cheaper card.
Okay. We only have like maybe one other menace, so maybe that's not worth it.
Yeah.
That's fine. So we have what? We have 3 mutates right now.
We got the Boneyard Lurker, the Chittering Harvesters.
I guess I take Mammoth here.
Yeah. I like the Mammoths, they stabilize.
Yeah. Plus with the Boneyard Lurker, it could be helpful. We're probably not going to splash red, so that doesn't matter. I guess a Brushwag.
Brushwag number 3.
Yeah, Brushwag it up. Carwheel Bug, yeah, sure.
Skull Prophet did wheel.
Yeah.
I think there's a good chance we will play. Whatever. Oh yeah, Lake Crab.
Yep.
So 3 rares.
There you go. So companion him up. We got to make cuts, okay? That shows we got enough creatures.
It's true.
Bring in the jungle. Where'd that go? There it goes. Okay.
So
we probably don't need so many big boys.
Yeah, I mean, some of these, these are the cycles.
3 of them cycle. The Flycatcher is also just like, I guess reach is important here.
I would cut it though.
Yeah.
I mean, these mutate for 5, so.
I mean, I don't know if we need 2 honey mammoths. I guess you cut 1 brushwag. That's fair.
Yeah, I got a brushwag and a coil bug already, but we could go either way. I mean, brushwags are a mana. I guess these are both mana sinks.
How many cyclers do we have?
Not a ton.
Is it only 3?
Big boys here.
Maybe it's only 3.
Yeah,
Well, I guess the question is, are we running 17 lands, a Farfinder, and 3 Mana Dorks, and a Fertilid?
Right.
I think
So
we'd probably do
all of that
16.
seems like the answer is no. We should.
I would think we could do 16.
Yeah, cutting a land makes sense to me.
And I mean, keep in mind, well, we really want to hit a Mori on 4.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look up let's see what our Kahira is going to be a lord for too, just out of curiosity. It's then we can just look at the breakdown. It's what?
So it's none of the humans, none of the
Beast.
insect. Nightmare does count, not mold. Elemental counts.
Yeah.
Beast counts.
Oh, what about the Moss Coast Goriac? That's hiding out there. Do we really care about that card?
No, oops.
All right, so do we run 17 lands or no?
I think cutting down to 16 makes sense, which is kind of insane in a deck that reasonably wants to cast 7, 8, and 9 drops, but I think it's right.
So then what do we put back in? We just nagged our a bunch of cards, so
Third Brushwag.
I mean we don't have that much to mutate onto it.
It's true. It's still a mana sink though, and we do have.
How many humans are we running for Kogla? 3? 4?
These are humans. These are humans.
Okay, so we could get the Kogla combo going too. For sure. We could do another. Well, I mean, we have between Brushback and Coilbow, we got 4 mana sinks. That seems like it'll be enough. Don't you think?
Yeah. So just like a dorky 3 back in.
Yeah, I guess we'll put that one back in. I mean, I
guess it's a beast, so.
Yeah, and it's also a beast. That's a good point. Well, so is the Reacher guy too, right? Nope, he's an Antelope Lizard.
Antelope Lizard.
Never mind.
Somehow
Okay, yep.
An Antelope Lord.
Nope. So this, I mean, I have heard that Amori is good, but I'm honestly, because I'm going to say I've been very dubious. Because not having spells seems bad, but let's see.
I mean, we literally have like 3 or 4 removal spells in our colors in our sideboard because of this. But
yeah, I mean, we would have drafted a little differently too, but yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
We would have lost some consistency with our mana.
But we also didn't see like Blood Curdle or Heartless Act or any of the other super premium removal.
No. I mean, like, the dream draw is you could do a Mori on 3, Ogla on 4, and just, run away with it.
Right. Or at least, turn 4, dump your hand of.
Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling that a turn 4 Kogla, if you're having a mana dork and land, and then the discount is just got to be a beatdown. So this is basically exactly what we want.
Yep. Can even get some Brushwag.
Brushwag to Naturalist, hoping to draw 1 more land, and if not, cycling the Sandworm.
Yep.
Or the Titanoth, I guess, either one. But hopefully Mr. Toast Mulligan's lot. Nope. In person, I really don't root for that, but online, I'm vicious. I just want to see everyone mulligan to 4.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. It's because, like, these are such smaller units of games than in person.
Mm-hmm. And, okay, we got our land.
I'm going to play this pre-combat like a wild man.
Yeah, because you're a noob.
Yep, playing fast and loose.
Okay. So we're going to hopefully not get removal, and we will play a Mori next.
We got removed.
Okay. Boo earns.
Cycle Sandworm?
Before combat?
Well.
I guess before a land drop, because if we hit the jungle, we want to do that first, actually.
Sure.
Yeah, just hit the Brushwag. So we won't get a Mori ahead of curve, but we will be able to play the Honey Mammoth if they don't kill it.
Right. Deadweight does not surprise me.
Yep, that's fine.
Cycle their own Sandworm. At least for an all-creature deck, we do have some pseudo...
You want to make lands cheaper, Dave?
Yeah. I'm glad they gave me that option to accidentally click on. These are pseudo combat tricks.
Yes, we have some stuff. I mean, okay. So do they have anything cheap in their graveyard? They do.
They've got the Deadweight. That's the...
Yeah, so they're going to be able to play the Deadweight or the Easy Prey again. I don't think we have much of a choice other than bash in and then cast the Honey Mammoth.
Yep. Which they might just run out like a value Deadweight on one of these.
I mean, well, they know we don't have any creature spells. They might hold on to the Deadweight, trying to snipe something better.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, making a Mori not be able to bash would be valuable for them. Or seeing if we want to trade a Mori for Lurrus or something. But yeah, likely we would want to cycle the Rex onto our Honey Mammoth if they don't make it small.
Yep.
Although we are getting close to casting it.
That's true.
There they go.
Yeah, I'm fine with offering that trade as well.
I mean, if they have graveyard shenanigans, they'll be able to keep dead waiting, but let's do it.
And I would guess with all the cards that they've played, they do have graveyard shenanigans, but what can you do?
Probably play the Brushwag.
Yeah.
And then planning on flashing in the Deadeye.
So my guess, so yeah.
Do you think they have the green-black fight spell?
I think they do, the instant one.
But it's not going to kill the Honey Mammoth.
It will when they get
One of the really big guys. So do we want to just pass?
Or we could cycle this guy because we're a bit off.
Cycle it, we wouldn't have mana to... If we have the Deadeye, then they do that fight, we could kill the thing back.
That's what I'm thinking if we hold on to the Deadeye.
Yeah, so we don't want to do anything yet because the cycling will give us only 3 mana. So let's attack. Because this is where they're going to want to flash this thing in and try to 2-for-1 us. Or 2 for or something. I mean, because they do nothing, they die here. Right?
Right. So if they
pass back to us, I mean, if they pass back to us, I would call their bluff and just let them go down to 4.
Yeah. Yep. There we go.
There we go. All right. So we made the right call. They're going to bash our bigger guy, I would think. And we're going to flash in the Lurking Deadeye. We have to wait for the fight to resolve, though.
Yep.
Do we have to put up total control so they don't get to move to blockers? Here.
Fight happens. And Lurking Deadeye.
Good job, everybody. You and me sussing out this play of theirs.
We got there. We called it.
So that ends up being for them, I mean, essentially a 6-mana removal spell.
Right.
Okay. I probably would have. Well, I guess they're worried we'd have enough mana to start double. Is that? Oh, okay. I just saw -2/-2 at first because your screen was lagging. I was like, what?
Oh, right.
Can we cycle that for 2? Or my? Yeah.
Yeah, cycle the.
Yeah, we're still 2 turns from casting it, so probably.
Yep.
Didn't settle trample counter on this guy. So I don't. Are we attacking here?
I think we. The only reason I want to offer the trade is because they pretty much have to
They can
block,
start.
and
Yeah.
they're going to start gaining life and drawing cards if we don't.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's offer the trade, and putting down the coil bug and the fertilid, we're gonna thin out. We're gonna have a body that sticks around.
Ooh. Okay.
Trampler too now, so they. Okay. All right, I feel good about putting them down to 6.
Yep. And we get to go.
We'll have mana up. If we wanted to search for a land with fertilid, we could, but not yet. I don't even know if we do.
Yeah, because we need the power.
If the power might be important. I mean, we'll see. If they're about ready to mutate onto the Mamba, it will be bad for us.
Yes.
Okay, but we'll do. So we will put it on our fertilid and make them sacrifice something
Seems good to me.
because it'll be a 6/8. They can't even use bushmeat to really get ahead of this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a real good draw. And
Consider we don't have removal. I mean, that's our removal.
I mean that hunter playing around there, reanimate fight spell was pretty key, I think.
We would have lost if we hadn't, because we couldn't have dealt with the 11/11.
Yeah.
We would have absolutely lost that game. But by the same token, there was only limited cards we would have had that would have allowed us to play away around that. I guess we keep, even though we don't have any great early plays.
Yep.
We have our excavation 1/3. I mean, again, we started a card up on them, right? And like when you looked at it, they were down to 1 card, and we had a little bit more gas. You know.
Right on time.
Okay, so we're gonna play Umori next turn anyway, so we probably just drop the mole.
Yep. Makes sense to me. Did mill the Kahira. And there's the Marmoset.
Well, they have no mana. We're not going to block. So we may as well attack with our mole.
Yep.
We probably should just play a Mori and then just try to go ham on them.
Let's try and dump a bunch of our hand. Click very carefully on creature instead of land.
Is Boneyard Lurker, what's its mutate cost?
It's 4.
Same thing, so also 3.
4.
But it would be 1 cheaper from a Mori.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's the thing with Arena doesn't, like, it shows it in the casting cost, but not in the mutate cost. Like, it's the same with commander tax.
So we'll probably just want a Chittering Harvester onto the mole. Right, because then we'll just kill. I mean, if they have the reflection, they could create it.
Fine with that.
Now, do we want to offer up a Mori for a trade, or we just want to attack with the Harvester?
Right, it would be a 5/4. If we do that, then I play this.
We want to cast the Naturalist now.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like getting aggressive.
Do we need the mana that badly? We can do it. We can offer the trade. We got 2 mana off. If we get 2 mana and a card off of this, okay, well.
It's Snap Resolve, so they didn't have a 1 mana cycler.
Right, they didn't have one anyway. I know we talked about this deck being hard to beat, but right now it feels pretty good.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the ideal build.
It doesn't sound like the pinnacle version of this deck. They have nothing in their graveyards. The Snap is a total chump. Maybe do the Boneyard Lurker on top of the Harvester, because then we're going to sacrifice, and then we'll get a creature back to play as well that could give our things even more power and toughness.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Do we have mana? Did we tap it right?
Nope. Auto tapped. Probably
Kira, even if we can't cast it.
But yeah, I should have tapped that manually. Because we could have played that.
I mean, we can still play the Bushmeat before we attack, just in case they do have a cycler. We may just want to send the Hubbard Naturalist in. I mean...
Oh, yeah.
Like
if they want to cycle
if you want to gobble up on Naturalist, be my guess.
Yeah, so they didn't have it this time.
That's fine. I mean, we've gotten... Wow. Huh.
I mean, we didn't really need it anyway.
Well, yeah, but now they're at 2 life, and they could have traded for Memori. Okay.
Right, that's what I mean.
Maybe they just had the kill creatures achievement. Okay.
We will take it.
Yeah, if you're playing Spell Eater Wolverine, you don't have the deck we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's like probably like the worst of those kind of cards.
It's a little mana heavy, but seems reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's good.
We're playing against Ron Burgundy.
Well, okay. If he doesn't have some whales in the deck, I'm pissed. Oh no. Okay, well here we go. We may just lose this game to this Fox.
Right.
Our Fox is not as good as their Fox.
That is true. Yep, here we go. Uh-huh.
Yeah, 3/3 on turn 2 and limited seems pretty strong.
I mean, if they play literally no other creatures, we might be able to get them.
We'll try to maximize our possibility of not seeing more lands.
You know, I didn't think about playing Kahira there, but it seems so unlikely they'd...
I mean, they're definitely going to cycle. Like,
Yeah.
no way we would want to trade up Kahira right off the bat for it. I just don't see it. I mean, yeah, there you go.
Question is, do we want to...
Why are they doing it? You want to chump?
That's the question.
I don't think so, because I think they're going to just get bigger every turn. Right?
Yeah.
And you can always you'll be able to like chip in for a damage this turn with that card. I mean, it's all right? We basically just have to get to Chittering Harvester without them playing another creature, like you said.
Right.
And we may be in the weird position that I guess we probably won't. We really won't block this turn because it's just mission critical. We have a body to drop the Chittering Harvester onto. Like, you know what I mean? Well, if they have 2 mana open, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess they really couldn't kill our other creature. I mean, would it really be correct to chump with a Mori so we have a Farfinder body? Probably not.
Yeah, we might be able to...
They could cycle 1 more card and then double strike to win.
That's what I'm worried about.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's the way to.
Yeah, sure. So the it'll be could we potentially drop Kahira and the Chittering Harvester? Oh, nope, we lost them both. Okay, so we lose.
Probably.
Yeah, if we had not jumped, we maybe could have not died. Well, we just won't block here.
Right.
Flooding in this situation doesn't help, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Isabel,
I don't know what we would have drawn otherwise.
let's see here. I'm gonna go on the move. Okay, well, they've got another creature. It's gonna make things hard.
Yeah. This has got to be menace. Just mutate, right?
I think so.
Why are you fighting?
It's got vigilance down to 15. Booyah.
So we maybe don't block. Well,
No, we're just dead.
okay. I mean, we had a few lines of play, but I mean, this deck, again,
This is the good version of that deck.
yeah. They almost certainly had Zenith Flares anyway, so like getting rid of the Fox would have only given us false hope.
Right. But the thing is, they didn't even need any other payoff that game.
No, I mean, we are a deck that makes ourselves vulnerable to that, right? Like if we had an early Fire Prophecy on turn 2, we could have stopped it.
Right.
3/3 on turn 2. But we didn't. So I mean, some of that's on our deck choice. But but the thing is, it's you needing to have removal on turn 2 and limited is fairly unheard of. This is a good hand. We'll keep it. We may be able to live the dream of turn 3 or more.
We can sure try. I've also, I think, won the die roll every time. So,
well, that makes us good at this game.
I mean, if I had been doing that the whole time, my win rate would be like 52%.
Yeah. Yeah. Top our. Well, they could have a counter spell, but oh well.
Yeah, this could get us unscattered. It does not.
And even if it did, I would be totally fine with that.
Yep, that's fine.
If we draw a land and we don't, okay. Do we want to drop Coilbug, Fertilid? That's good.
Sounds good to me.
Just like here we go. Three free mana off our guy.
We have 3 lands and 5 creatures in play.
We'll trade our Coilbug for your 2/2, no problem.
Yep.
I mean,
might even double block a Frost Lynx.
Yeah. We'll see what he plays. Okay.
I stand corrected. It's a flying Frost Lynx.
Yeah. I think we just attack with everything.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe not the Skull Prophet.
That's the one I would think about leaving back.
Well, what about, maybe not. I guess we could hold the Fertilid too. Just attack with the
I don't
Coilbug.
mind losing the Fertilid here.
We could also cycle the Void Beckoner onto anything that's blocked by the Wingspan Mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have definitely chosen to kill off the Fertilid. I don't know what they were doing. Well, I guess maybe they were thinking we would use its mana ability or something. I don't know. Things aren't looking great for you, buddy. And sir, we lost our creature that can come back, and they're down 2 cards.
Right. Yeah, I mean, marginal upside because we have the mutate guy that brings back from the graveyard, but
Yeah. I would like to draw a land probably so we can cast the honey mammoth, but I mean we can also just keep bashing him with okay, here we go. So we cast the honey mammoth and then bash him with everything else.
I'm sorry, I went to bashing first. Trade that off, probably.
Yeah. Sure.
And mammoth.
I mean the amount of mana we got off of this thing is just crazy.
Kind of absurd.
Yeah. Who needs removal when you're dropping a 4/5 on turn 3? It's almost as good as a flourishing fox.
Right, well, let's not go nuts.
I mean, flourishing fox is reason and alone enough to be in that deck.
We should start taking bets, like before we do these, how many of the cycling decks will face in a given run.
Little mana heavy, but I don't know that I want to send it back because we can cast our guy. So
Yeah, I mean, it goes 2 to 3 to 4, so.
Yeah.
I had lost the die roll this time, though. I'm sorry I failed you.
Yeah, well, this is why you're at 50%.
It's true.
Only winning whatever it is, 75% of die rolls. Yeah. We're running 16 lands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this happens a lot in this format, I think.
Sure. So we probably need to keep the coil bug back. I mean, I'd probably play the mole so that we have 2 different ways to stop the otter.
Yep.
I mean, if they fly over top of us, so be it. Do we lose all of our good cards?
We milled 2 lands.
Okay, well, good. We don't have very many we can see now. And we far finder away another. Good. You stay put, Thieving Otter. I don't want to lose the Thieving Otter mini game. Let's put it that way.
Feels so bad.
It does.
Bounce.
Okay, I can live with that. I don't know that you got a card. Well, they drew a card off it, I guess. So
Yeah, they're holding up Essence Scatter mana.
I mean,
Kind of feel like just replaying the mole.
yeah, just play the mole. I mean, the mole's going to take the board in the same place. We'll still have the coil bug.
Rather than the Umori.
Yeah, and I mean, if they held up for Essence Scatter and then they removed the coil bug to get the otter in, I mean, they've given up some significant tempo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So many bells. Now,
Mana up.
only got 2 cards left.
I mean,
Umori Coil Bug.
do you think? Yeah, if they have 2 Essence Scatters, good on them, or another counter.
Yeah. At this point, with the number of cards they have in their hand, then I think there's a ton we can do there.
So 5, 7 lands, 9 in our graveyard, 7 total left in the deck. Plus, we're gonna pull one out with Firefinder. We should be drawing a lot of gas. There.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I was expecting from them to do with the Thieving Otter. Okay. Yeah, feels bad, man. So probably do the Farfinder and the Harvester, right? 'Cause the Harvester's mutate cost gets cheaper, right?
Yep. Oh no, coil bug.
Yeah, not a more.
No. Down goes the bell. Farfinder.
Yeah.
And jam. Sure.
That was not worth a card for them.
Right.
Little they know we have more mana than we can spend.
Yeah. Okay, that's a problem.
Yes. Yes. If they have more mutate, we will lose. And they're drawing more cards, so we may lose. What's our mana total now?
7.
So I guess we just swing in. They're tapped out. The only they can't block the sandworm with the otter, so we just threaten them with lethal. Because if the sandworm and the farfinder survive, we've got lethal if they don't have a blocker.
Right. And we're
We
not.
got the mana to untap the dirge bat though, but I mean, okay. We've got the mammoth to give us a little bit more new lease on life too.
Four cards in hands. They're highlighting the sandworm.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they have the land destruction card. No, not land destruction. No, rumbling rock slide is what I was expecting. Okay, there it is.
Blood curdle, yeah.
They don't have the mana to untap their thing. They're going to hit us for 5 in the air. The Thieving Otter has Menace. We don't send the Farfinder in. I think we send Amori in.
Yeah.
And then the Honey Mammoth will pull us out of potentially being dead. I mean, if they have a mutate, I mean, they could potentially draw. I mean, we would probably trade the Farfinder for a Thieving Otter here in double block if they give it to us, but they
Yep,
don't.
for sure.
They probably don't have a mutate because it seems like they would have just won the game or want to deal more damage. But maybe they're looking for an out. I mean, right now they can untap the Dirge Bat.
Huh.
Right?
RSA.
Okay, well they've got a lot of bodies now. We have one turn to do something. Oh, okay. Well, Chittering Harvester on our Farfinder makes they have to block everything. But they will, and we'll lose.
And then we die.
Yes. They don't know that necessarily, but
Right.
Trample would have been key here.
Yep, would have been good. Although this is
Save would
lifelink.
have been, going first would have been good too.
Damn it.
If we had one more mana, we could have brought back a coil bug and not played it. You know.
These are all good options.
What are they? Are they double blocking something? Oh, they have lifelink.
Yeah, they have lifelink. They survive this way still.
Interesting. Okay.
I passed with one card in my hand.
Yeah.
I saw the line.
Yeah. Well, we're a Mori, so there's not a lot we could have in our hand as Flash. We could
That's
have
true.
put that same Dirge Bat and foolishly not played it to clear the path.
I mean, maybe that's part of my problem that I'm having playing well in this format is that I'll forget things like Oh, they're playing an Amori deck. They can't possibly have a Blood Curdle, you know.
Maybe. All right, so all's on the line. We got to win this game to make 2 heads better than 1 for you. Right now we're at 50%, so like it's a push.
Yeah.
Well, we would be at 50% if we lost, I should say. Our win rate is currently 60.
Oh, lost the die roll again.
Yeah, I guess we're stuck keeping it.
Keep on the strength of the Brushwag.
We live and die by our brushwag. Drawing one of our mana dorks would be very nice.
Yeah. I mean, we have 3 in the deck.
Yeah. We don't like them in our opening hands. Okay. I prefer mana dork to a forest, but okay. Next turn, a mana dork, I'll forgive everything.
Nope. It's a Goriak instead.
Oh. Brushwag is going to saunter in there. That'll give us a turn 3 play.
It's true. Oh, so jealous.
There's theirs. They didn't get theirs on curve, though. So let's see if they leave mana up. Try to stop a Mori. They do. Do we just play? Do we walk into their counterspell, or we attack with the Brushwag? See if they'll take the bait.
Oh, that's interesting. I do like that. Taste it. I would say play the Poacher.
Yeah, play the Poacher. I think 4 mana up is very suspicious. I mean, they could even have that Shark.
Oh yeah, that would be brutal.
Did they hard pass? Like it looked like they even had a chance to counter it.
It didn't lag too much, but you're leaving this open again.
Well, we could always do the Lurker to get back a Mori.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So we can attack. We can bring in a Mori and see what happens.
There it is.
May as well attack with our 2/4s.
Yeah, if they're running blue, green, whites, it's probably not a big reason we'd sack something in response.
No.
Although there was a mistake on my part because they should have played the tap land.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. Yeah, if we weren't gonna use the mana, but
Yeah, I didn't think out that turn.
we're still gonna spend 4 on the Boneyard Lurker onto the Brushwag anyway.
Right.
So do the tap land.
Yeah, I'll start here just in case something weird happens. And they could be holding open Divine Arrow now.
They could, but I mean, we're mainly doing this to get back a Mori.
Right.
And we could always sacrifice it in response to Divine Arrow.
So just get in with the Lurker.
Yeah. If they want to trade 2 for 1 on it, that's fine. We'll kill their flyer happily.
It's pretty good.
We'll drop the Juggle Hollow.
Not punished for my tap land error.
No, now we got the mana open if they do something that we don't like.
Get in the air.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mana is very fixed.
Super fixed.
Yep. Unless they play, there's no banned ultimatum, so okay.
Right. Since the auto tapper really hates tapping the naturalist.
Yes, yeah, I've had that screw me over before.
Okay. Gem Razor on the Farfinder.
Yep, that's fine. We don't have
Turns
an
out,
artifact.
yeah, don't have any artifact creatures in her deck.
Or we've run out of good attacks to make. But we'll probably.
So I could sack the Goriak, but we do have a lot of good plays in our hand already.
Yeah, I think I would just keep it because like it's potential double blocking with the bushmeat. Like, there's our boy. So we have 6, 7 mana. We could do a Mori and the Skull Prophet.
Just not want to attack and just drop some stuff.
I mean, I don't think we want to attack because like the Boneyard Lurker, if we draw our other mutate, we start going off if we start doing trades and stuff.
Makes sense.
Essence Scatter again.
Yep, resolves.
Now at this, I mean, yeah, we'll probably want to send in a Mori next turn. Is the Dreamtail Heron also on a Farfinder?
Yep.
Yeah. It's a little annoying. We don't have great attacks or anything, but we got the Bushmeat open to sacrifice something. Like we might just sacrifice the Skull Prophet.
Oh, that's a good point.
Depending. We'll see how their turn plays out. I mean, if they use removal, of course, then that's
Yeah, and that's easy. I'm seeing if we have the mana to double Mammoth next turn, but
Alas.
not so much.
The Mammoth is going to buy us valuable time. I mean, I really want to see a Chittering Harvester here. Oh, well, they don't have any other vigilance with that guy.
They have 2 other vigilance.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
Oh,
these are both on Farfinders.
so they can tap. They're going to win unless we see an answer. So I would say I would use the Bushmeat and sacrifice the Skull Prophet. It's like we just have to find a Chittering Harvester or something to kind of start wading through this garbage.
Forest is not it. Okay. So do you want to put
So
that on the
Harvester-
Boneyard Lurker?
Yeah, because I mean we want to get the Skull Prophet back. We start just going off drawing, right?
Yep.
I mean they're just going to lose the Naturalist. Maybe they have a bounce spell.
Looks like they've got something.
Get a better creature first to attack.
Yep.
We don't really have a good attack though because they have a 3/5.
Yep.
I think we just play the Skull Prophet again.
I mean, we could get in with Umori and the Chittering Harvester is the only way that we can do any kind of pressure this turn.
If we do both Omori and the Chittering Harvester, they're going to just probably double block the Chittering Harvester. Well, they'd have to lose one of their good creatures.
Right.
But we just go to combat and see if they tap anything down anyway.
Oh, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
See, the tech is that they could have tapped the Poacher there.
Yeah, they should have probably. Well, we'll cast our Skull Prophet. They still can.
Yeah, this guy's summoning sick.
Oh, okay, never mind. So I think that we'll probably sacrifice this. Well, we'll see what happens on their turn. But
Yeah.
sacrifice the Skull Prophet again and start digging for something to apply pressure. I mean, the Honey Mammoth too is going to bail us out life-wise and make us feel able to attack better. I mean,
It is nice that their attacks aren't great either,
except for their airborne stuff. Yeah.
except for the one.
Now you think we're gonna bush? You want to bush meet this prophet again?
Yeah. Drawing cards.
Getting a small amount of life. The honey, yeah. Okay, so we'll be able to honey mammoth and oh.
Doesn't suck.
So the chittering harvester become a 5/7.
Yes,
we-
it is a nightmare.
Do we play both the Kira and the honey mammoth? No. Wait.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the play.
Hey, just go to combat for.
No, doesn't Kahira boosts? Are we gonna fight? Or won't Kahira boost our power and toughness?
Yeah, although the feeling
They're probably gonna tap down, but like if they don't, we want to have it.
that's a good point. At least present that option. That one's obvious. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we probably just honey mammoth.
Honey mammoth.
They're gonna have trouble tapping down and having good blocks next turn. If only the mammoth weren't just a simple pachyderm, but a nightmare pachyderm.
Full of honey.
I don't think we have an obvious thing we want to bushmeat next turn. Is the mole actually relevant text or not?
Nope, it's a mole.
Okay. Well, this is bad.
Yep.
But not vigilance.
Karina does this like grouping thing.
They've got to worry about their blocks too. I would think. I don't think we want to sacrifice anything, do you?
No, I just figured I'd pause to. So we just go to combat.
Yeah, just. Well, do we want to cast our mammoth for cheaper? I don't know. This doesn't. It's not going to matter. Well, yeah. If they kill a Mori, it's possible, but we'll see what they tap down.
Yeah, I think we're okay on mana as well. And that could come back to bite me, but
Now, I think if we lose a Mori, we can't triple cast. But they don't have a way to kill a Mori. I mean, attack with, yeah.
I guess I could have gotten in with Bushmeat as well.
Well,
It's kind of a nice get out of jail free card, though.
yeah, let's just dump our hand. It's just like bonkers.
So just play both things, not leave open Bushmeat.
They're white. I mean, we'll definitely cast the excavation roll.
Well, the brushwag is actually potentially a bigger.
Yeah, I guess just do the brushwag. I mean, because like they could have a pacifism.
Right. Well, I'm more worried about them getting in the air and having some kind of combat threat.
They could also swing for lethal, and having the bushmeat able to just like feast on one of our guys is important.
Yeah, actually, that's the thing to worry about is, right, like they tap here and then they can attack with all their vigilance guys and tap as well. So we might have needed to leave it back like we did to survive.
Yeah. I mean, the stick combo with the brushwag would be is if we have 9 mana to double activate him, deal the damage, and then sacrifice him for 9 life.
Right.
Fatten him up
Mm-hmm.
for 7 life, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about surviving this.
Oh yeah. We gotta watch. I think we will survive, absent some combat trickery.
Well, so they can attack and then tap down 3 defenders.
Well, if they, because they can attack, they can do both. They can
Right.
attack. Yeah.
And they have 14 power on board. If we played this, we would have had another blocker.
But we wouldn't have had a bushmeat to give us life.
Right.
I mean, if they do that though, they won't have a lot. Their shields will be down.
Yeah, they're going for it.
You tap down everything but the bushmeat. Okay, so we got to make the decision now.
Yep.
So we'll be able to block 4 of it. We'll be taking 10 without them showing anything else. No, we won't be able to block 4 of it because it is trample. We'll be able to block 3 of it.
Well, they can tap down 2 other things still.
Right, we'll only be able to block the Felidar guard, the frontland Felidar.
Right.
So we may just want to sacrifice a Mori. Because we got to make them tapped. We got to do something that's not tapped. We don't want to get rid of our biggest bodies.
And also gives us a good chunk of life.
Yeah. Like, I don't think they're going to kill us here. If now we gain another 5 life.
Oh, we went to blocks. So we can try and take down the Felidar with a multi-block, or we can...
We triple block the Felidar? Or double block it? We use the Brushwag? Because otherwise it'll only kill 1 creature. If they have a divine arrow, they could. They have a divine arrow, they would just bounce. So.
Right. Yeah. So it doesn't help unless it's. Yeah, fight is 1. Okay. It's not the worst.
No, I mean we would have. It was right not to block with the Brushwag.
Right.
Jedi, that's very relevant to our situation. I guess just drop the forest and see what they let us attack with. They're gonna have a real problem stopping us here. They need these bodies out.
Mm-hmm. They didn't tap down anything, so...
Swing out with everything but the bushmeat?
Makes sense to me.
How much land do we have? 9? Interesting. Do they have that bad fog spell?
That's what I was... That briefly crossed my mind, but no, they just gave up. Wow.
Okay. Interesting.
Squeaker.
That was Squeaker. I mean, maybe they really didn't have anything to do. I feel like they probably shouldn't have attacked based on that board if they didn't have. Like if they were that bad in their hand, they shouldn't have done that all-out attack.
Right. Yeah, they might have just drawn that.
They should have just kept. Yeah, they should have just kept flying at us with their vigilance guys. But at any rate, I don't love 2 lands, but I don't want to send it back.
Yep, I'm with you.
Okay, so 2 heads are better than 1 for Dave and Chalker.
We've already crossed that bar.
Are they better for Dennis? There, hear me, baby, hold together. There's a land.
We drew a land, so that's a good start.
Not a mana dork, though.
Not a mana dork. It's not a thing we can pull off.
They just like the bushmeat poacher mostly ate elves that game in a very questionable move. So we swing it with the bug. Do we play the orphan guard first or the mole? Probably the mole because it's a bigger body, right?
Yeah, and this isn't boosting anything.
Yeah.
Mill a brushwagon, 2 forests. This is the cycling deck.
Is it a good? It only did a 2-mana cycler, so it might be the bad version.
Might be. Got a tactician though.
That's not good for us. But we will play. We will attack with the mole, cast a Mori, and apply a lot of pressure.
Try and dump our hand next turn.
Well, I don't know about that because we have a jungle hollow, but
Oh yeah. Well, other than that,
if we hit one more land, we could play Kahira and the Bushmeat or the Mammoth. I think I like just filling the board with bodies though, because like they're right now they're okay. There we go. Say their game plan is going to be locking us down. Okay, we didn't draw the land we needed. We obviously play the Jungle Hollow. We play Kahira and cycle the Sandworm.
just gonna get in with these 2 first.
Yeah, sure.
They just took it all.
Or do we play the Bushmeat alone?
Let's see.
Concede.
I mean, Sandworm, we might
Actually get to cast soon.
you might get the cast next turn.
So maybe just play Bushmeat. Because Bushmeat can attack in, threaten if we get a dead eye, that kind of stuff. Now I would expect to them to start tapping things down on our next attack step.
Yeah. So in general, going wider is better.
Yes. Okay.
I should wait on playing that. All right, combat.
Okay, this is where we believe you're going to cycle. See, 2-mana cycler, though, I mean, we won't attack here, but it gives me hope. Is the Sandworm something that Kahira helps?
Is a worm, so no.
God, no. Wow, I would not have done that cycle if I was them.
Yeah, because we just didn't have attacks with those other things.
Yeah, I'd probably drop the land and play the Sandworm, right? Because they can't, not that they're going to be inclined to, but those things can't block the Sandworm.
Right.
And we just
They're going to tap it, but
yeah, they're going to tap it, but the more things that we have that don't play favorably with them, I mean, they need to cycle 2 things for us not to have an attack this turn. And next turn, they'll need to cycle 3 things. They clearly have a cycle, or else they wouldn't have played the Rescuer. I mean, and that's just how this deck goes. So we'll be able to dump everything, right? No.
yes. I guess we still just go to combat.
Because they could have a Fire Prophecy and block our Amori. That's why I was kind of wanting to do it before combats.
Sure.
But they don't. They're going to tap us down. Yep. I would still attack with the mole if it's open to. Wouldn't you?
I agree.
Because they can trade the Valiant Rescuer for it, or they have to lose one of their relevant things.
We're going to 5.
Well, they probably just have, 2 Zenith Flares in their hands anyway. Here's that 4 life we needed. But again, that's 2 more relevant attackers. They're going to have to cycle 1, 2. They need to lock down 5 things to deny us good attacks. Well, Kahira really isn't a great attack by herself because 2 Dwarks could potentially get it.
Hmm. Or that token could swallow that wormhole.
Yeah, yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah. Not what we want here. Okay, let's go to attacks, see if we're allowed to make any. I'd assume they're going to like lock down 4 things.
Two more things locked down.
Yeah, we probably want to cycle the coil bug, or we probably want to sacrifice the coil bug. We'll be able to bring it back this turn if nothing else happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could still get in with Kahira.
I would get in with her because they'll have to trade one of the things that matters for her. If they want to.
Trade for a tactician.
Interesting. I mean, that's worth it from our end. And then we'll recast the coil bug. I mean, again, if they have the Zenith Flare, like this game is not really a game, despite the fact we think it is, but the fact we can just constantly draw an extra card around and jam threats, well. Okay, so we'll sacrifice that soon. I guess go to attacks.
Snap into attacks.
Yeah, I would say the Excavation Mole and Omori, right?
Yep. Huh.
Huh. Seems like they're out of gas.
It's real good for us.
I would probably sacrifice the Mammoth now so we can see what the hell's going on with our deck. Like, if there's anything else we want to cast. Okay.
We haven't seen him any other game, have we?
We haven't. I forgot this card was in our deck.
Me too.
He's super good. If we would have done it before, yeah, we could have probably won. Because we would have just blown away another blocker.
Right.
And in the coil bug and the poacher. I don't know if we would have won right there,
but still seems very good.
Yes. Okay. We did it. 2 heads are better than 1 still.
Can we keep the streak alive?
Well, the streak is 7 wins. So.
Right. That's
this deck. It doesn't really feel like a 7-win deck, does it?
No, I mean it's solid, but
it lacks resiliency. It's just like, can we jam so much stuff that your like well constructed and conceived deck can't deal with it? Because we're like every creature on color you're in. Get in here. Gosh.
Yep.
This is heaps we're probably gonna lose on. Right?
Yeah, if this is anything remotely fast.
But we don't want to mulligan it away either.
Right. Guess we keep.
Yes, we keep. I mean, you agree that you would keep, right?
I could see it either way, honestly. It's very marginal.
It's hard to mulligan away a 3-land hand.
I totally agree.
Okay, well, we got something. Especially in a deck that's running 16 lands. Like, you're not that, you know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah. And again, we could have drawn
our
3 mana.
Our curve isn't terrible. I mean, we've got the Moss Coat, so now we can do something. Oh, geez. Here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got a Moss Coat, so good luck getting through that fat boy.
It's going to Goriak all over you.
So we will Mori next turn, and then we'll just hope that we can just pressure.
Yep.
No attacks. Tentatively speaking, we would do the Chittering Harvester on the Moss Coat next turn. And then, like, the dream would be they don't do anything, and then we Chittering Harvester again to wipe out their whole board. We do, like, Chittering.
Also playable, which is nice.
Yeah. Mutate that sucker. Probably cast the Coil Bug before we attack.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're just gonna tap everything anyway. But...
We probably won't attack. Yeah. That's fine. But we're getting rid of the chaff here. I'm assuming they'll get rid of their Drana Stinger.
Yeah.
We cast the Coil Bug.
Get that F6 value.
Yeah, I mean, we're putting all of our eggs in a basket, but if we hit it and they don't play any more creatures, then they're in bad shape.
Yeah, I mean, stacking up all of our mutates like this is.
Okay, so they do the Drannith Healer that is going to eat one of these things. But I think it's worth it to get through to the Snare Tacticians, don't you?
Yes, totally agree.
if we lose a creature, I guess we'll swing in with the Durable Coil Bug and offer. Well, they're not gonna. Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah, I can't think of what they could possibly have to disrupt this right now.
Well, we'll swing in with the Coil Bug to get 2 damage in there.
Yep.
And they're gonna lose a Snare Tactician and a Drannith Healer.
There's no, like, raise the alarm in this set.
I mean, we don't care if they kill our Coil Bug.
Yeah, what I just mean to avoid sacrificing 2 creatures here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so they're going to lock down. They really want that life, I guess.
Which doesn't even matter because they can still, unless they're planning on sacrificing both their dudes.
I mean, you'd be crazy to get rid of the both Tacticians here, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So, like...
I mean, because, like, that was our whole hope is they didn't play a Drannith Healer and that we did get both Tacticians.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. what a very Amori game. It's like this creature just keeps like mutating the same thing over and over. Really? They must. Huh. That's really interesting that they're not trying. They must be digging for something.
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have wanted to try to lock us down a little more.
That's what I would have thought too.
Right?
Just gonna play the 3/6 now.
So, do we play the Boneyard Lurker to make that thing die? Do we really go all in?
Or do we get greedy and see if they play a second creature?
Can we well, playing the Bushmeat and Humble Naturalist right here is actually a very reasonable play. We may just want to do now. Not just get greedy, but like if we can lose a creature too, like we don't want to necessarily give up the Boneyard Lurker stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Tactician isn't going to slow us down too badly at the moment. Double Divine Arrow.
Or Blade Banish. Blade Banish is real bad.
Yeah, but they didn't do nothing then. Okay.
Are they just,
what?
Maybe they're just trying to flare us out next turn.
What's their cycling in their graveyard? Even if they were, they should have just not taken the damage. Oh, they play another. Okay, so they play another one of those. So we'll want to keep the Bushmeat up to like come up out of a flare.
Well, we might
Let-
have lethal.
Well, it depends what they. I mean, we definitely want a Boneyard Lurker onto the Chittering, and then see what they do.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like, even though we're not getting any value out of that mutation, just making them lose 2 creatures is huge.
Yep.
Count up the cyclers in there.
It's everything in the graveyard, which is 10 right now. Or no, they lost 1 tactician, so it's 9.
So they only have 5 mana, so they could only hit us for 10 in theory. Or if they drew another thing, they could hit us for 12. I think we need to leave the Poacher back. Don't you?
Yes, Quillbug and Naturalist. Naturalist.
Well, no, maybe we leave the Naturalist back to cast the Fertilid.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
We're just gonna make sure we tap it. The tapper is bad.
Yep.
And like, you know, depending on how much life we need, at the end of the round, maybe we sacrifice the Coil Bug regardless.
Yeah, anywhere from 3 to 5 life. We also have to make sure they can't do it like in response.
Okay. So how much?
They're up to like 12.
Well, now they don't have mana for the flare.
Right. Good game.
Wow. Okay. I mean,
it's always such a sweat to the end, though. Like overwhelming board presence.
well, and keep in mind, we drew all 3 of our mutates.
Yeah.
Right. If we didn't have that last mutate, which in any other circumstance would be like a bad play, where you're like, I'm going to mutate from nothing in my graveyard.
Right.
But instead had made them sacrifice 5 creatures at that juncture.
Yeah. Like all those tacticians.
They lost a healer, a stinger, and 3 tacticians. That was our removal in this deck. All right, so here we go for all the marbles. Yeah, this is a key. Where do we not be on curve? Turn 3, is that the plan? You want to go Brushwag, Coilbug, Hollow? Does that sound right?
Yep. That does give us a few possible outs for what to draw into as well. Again, Mana Dork.
Yeah, if we see well now, yeah. That's still right. On turn 3 we will likely not play anything.
Yeah.
But we're not really scheduled to play anything anyway.
Maybe we could
hit a more
or whatever, but
we could cycle as well. Depending. I mean, do we cycle onto the Coil Bug? Okay. I guess we could save it for the end of the turn.
Yeah. Didn't really do anything.
No, it wouldn't have mattered. But the Coil Bug, Brushwag has trample already.
Yep. And as expected, here we go again.
I haven't played it as much. It may be because you're in Platinum too, because I haven't ranked up again. I was in Platinum before. It's unfortunate we don't have any good attacks to make. And there's our Mana Dork. Right on time.
We can attack with the Brushwag.
Yeah. We can, yeah. Yes. To kill the Snare Tactician, I would take a turn off on a Mori, wouldn't you? Okay.
Honestly, we could have attacked with a Coil Bug too.
Wait, what happened? Oh, they didn't take it.
Yeah, they blocked and then thought better of it.
Okay, they're like lagged at just the wrong time.
Yeah, it was real quick as well. At least I know every time I've picked creature instead of land. So that's a
Yeah,
win right there.
you've been on point with that. That's for sure. Wouldn't mind seeing a land to hit the honey mammoth. Okay, yeah. Do we wait to cast it until after so they know that they could we want to make them tack down the brushwag as a threat, I think. Because if they don't, we can. I mean, I'm happy to try to bash in. There we go.
Yep, Tapamare.
Yep.
Yeah, now they don't care about the brushwag.
Yeah, they're happy to let us waste our mana killing a dude. So okay, we don't attack.
I say we get in with the coil bug,
Well, can't they just block with the snare tactician?
but then we can death touch.
Oh yeah. Okay, good idea. Yeah, sure. Anything to try to get the snare tactician in there.
Took the bait.
So you can cast the coil bug.
Yeah, tasted trample damage as well.
Or cast the skull prophet, even better. Oh yeah, that trample damage. Uyakasha. They're gonna feel pretty bad having lost the snare tactician, I think. Okay, that's fine.
Did have removal there. We have 7 mana here at present.
You probably have to drop the honey mammoth, don't you think?
Yeah. Just not attack with a brushwag.
I mean, because like, are we happy if we trade the brushwag for a token and 3 damage, and then we cast a coil bug? Does that really move the needle for us?
Yeah.
I mean, like next turn we can hit with the honey mammoth and the brushwag, provided they don't kill it.
And still have mana for coil bug, yeah.
Yeah. Now here's where we would like to see a mutate for our brushwag. That would be a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, it's interesting because this is sensibly limited to first time each turn.
One second.
Let's get in there with these two. Huh.
Our brushwag.
Well, make that play as expected.
Yeah, I kind of thought they were going to cycle in another blocker.
That's what I thought too.
That's why we didn't. I mean, otherwise, I would trade the Skull Prophet for the Valiant Rescuer. I don't know what's. Do they have a Divine Arrow? That doesn't make sense.
Clash of Titans. Maybe they were hoping it would pump twice.
Well, it's still going to kill. I mean, they're going to lose 2 creatures, and we're going to lose 2 creatures.
Right. But it still gets the Valiant Rescuer off the board.
Oh no, they just lost the 1 creature. Okay, we'll cast the Fertilid. Yeah, that was good for them, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we have taken out some of their enablers here, but
I mean, yeah. Doing this Fertilid.
they just gave the good game.
Do we want to not? I mean, do we care if they hit? We don't even care. 25 life. Like Divine Arrow.
Sure.
Like, we don't need the lands, buddy. Your good game bluff didn't really. Okay.
Don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know. They seem frustrated. All right, so we'll cast our Durable Coil Bug. Should we just? How much mana do we have right now?
Not enough to do it all.
Oh yeah, but we can do the one from the graveyard and then bluff that we have something better than adorable coil bug in our hand. Yeah, that's fine. That's good for them. We will need something to play soon, or we will lose. No, that's not. 16 land flood.
All right, they're not the pure cycling deck. There are a lot of things, but we're now losing to it.
Yeah, their deck doesn't seem good, but we're going to lose unless we draw a card this turn that's very relevant.
It's not bad.
Not bad, but just gonna get rid of a bad token.
The body's more relevant, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we keep drawing into our mutates as before, we might have an issue. Maybe help. I guess we should send in our big guy. Yeah.
Send them both in.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one damage on the ground we can stop with a blocker, so.
Good game again.
Okay. Don't know what they're even saying. We have enough mana to cast the Sandworm. We probably just want to come in with the Harvester because they'd have to double block. Concede if it's such a good game.
Mute. Turn.
Well, those guys can't block our Sandworm.
Right.
We just need another mutate. I don't know what else would be really important right now. Honey Mammoth would be good just to keep getting us more stuff. We don't really have any flyers or reach.
We have Kokla to take something out.
Yes, we have Kogo would be the thing to do here, obviously.
But yeah, otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, we're not dead. We just need to see something, or else we're likely dead in 1 to 2 turns. Okay.
We're dead.
Yes. Hello, ninth land. Okay. Swing out with everything. See if they say good game.
I muted them, so we're not even going to see.
I guess all good things have to come to an end.
Yeah.
I was going to see if I was like, maybe they'll time out.
You can always hope, but just call that there.
I think this deck overperformed quite a bit, or maybe we're just underestimating how important all that free mana was.
Yeah, especially because like 3 of the decks were dedicated cycling decks to varying strengths. That last one was kind of a hodgepodge.
Yeah. That deck, I mean, I don't know, do they care about your win totals when they match you up?
I thought they did.
Because that deck did not seem that good. I mean, granted, we lost to it, but anyway, I think a 6-3 run is fairly successful. I mean, that deck also with all these companions, you get that pack one, pick one, and this deck looks a lot better.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we had like some pretty good picks like that didn't end up making the cut because we did it. Now I think this deck is better than including the Fire Prophecy and the Ram Throughs and the Rumbling Rockside.
Yeah, I mean we were playing Omori and pretty much always getting value out of it.
Yeah. I mean the one time he was countered, we brought him right back, and a 4/5 body is pretty relevant. And I mean, I would have liked. It felt like we didn't see Mana Dorks in our opening hand except once out of 9 games.
Also had a Kogla in that deck.
Yeah, we saw Kogla once. That was probably our best card in the 40 cards.
Yep.
And so, so going 6-3 and only seeing Kogla once, I feel that feels pretty good. And like Kogla, the other thing is some of those games that were close, we had like bushmeats and naturalists and stuff. Like we could have just like made him indestructible, and we never even did anything like that. He fought once, and I don't think he ever even attacked. He was
Yep.
just a really expensive removal monkey spell.
Yep.
So,
Sometimes all you need is a removal monkey.
but 2 heads are better than 1.
Yep. Proven again.
We'll keep running with your account. We got to keep fluffing up the payroll there.
Keep it alive.
Keep it alive. So I'm Dennis.
I'm Dave.
We might be 2-headed giants.